Round of applause, a standing ovation right here.
Yes, sir.
Standing ovation. Keep
Let's do it. Get up, get up, get
Keep
up.
the applause going. If you work for Shade 45, if you work for Hot 97, if you work for Power anywhere in the country, if you work for 106 KMEL in San Francisco, 92.3 to beat K-Day, Hot in Atlanta, Detroit, Houston, wherever you work, whatever radio station you work in, whatever music business you are affiliated to or adjacent to, then you should be clapping your hands for our next guest right here. For if it wasn't for his success, him and his partners and his group's success, their tenacity, their innovation, we may not even be here today if it wasn't for groups like Whodini. And I want to welcome Grandmaster Dee from Whodini to our set. Welcome. The legend, the icon, Grandmaster Dee.
Is it on? Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Yes.
That's an incredible intro.
Man, it's real, man.
Deserving.
It's real.
Yes.
In 1983.
Oh, man.
Wow.
They put out an album called Whodini. I didn't know, I was a child then, but I loved the name Whodini because I studied Houdini in elementary. The magician.
The magician.
And when this group came out and they had a song called Magic Wand, that song made me interested in this group because I thought it had something to do with magic. And when I discovered that this was a hip-hop group that looked like us, dressed like us, sound like us, talk like us, I was blown away. And it truly was magic. Because the music they were making was transforming the record business as we knew it. I believe, and I'll say this, people like Curtis Blow, groups like Sequence, right? Groups like the Treacherous Three, groups like the Cold Crush Brothers, who
And the Crash Crew.
The Crash Crew, groups like the Crash Crew, who did a lot of melodies and harmonies in their music. And what Whodini was able to do from records is combine a sound that was more might be leaned R&B with hip hop, right? Combined together. It was a fusion that we hadn't seen done like that in 1983, and that was able to usher in the music genres like New Jack Swing, or when we start seeing Bad Boy and Mary J sing over hip hop beats, and Kid Capri was giving everybody the break beats to make their songs, and they were putting singers on it, but Whodini was the first to really, in my opinion, embrace it wholeheartedly and make that a part of their allure. So I want to say congratulations and thank you for that, Grandmaster Dee.
Amen.
Thank you.
We want to say
So
rest
much.
in power to Ecstasy.
Yes, and rest in peace to Larry Smith, the producer.
The producer.
Getting on that, you know, we wanted to be different. You know, a lot of groups out back then were just drum beats, and it sounded like they was making it in the basement. So we wanted the R&B feel. Not only that, Jalil came up with the idea of us being well-dressed. So I kept a little B-boy, and I kept a little classy.
Yeah.
So we had a little bit of everything. You had the dark-skinned brother, you had the brown-skinned, and had the light-skinned. So what it was, we wanted to come in the industry by storm, but the lyrics took us that way.
Yeah.
Jalil was one of the greatest writers of all time when it comes to hip-hop. And he doesn't get a lot of credit that he deserves, just like Larry Smith don't. And to me, Ecstasy had one of the greatest voice, may he rest in peace, and his deliverance and his stage presence meant so much. But I really say that my hat goes off to Larry Smith, because Larry Smith made Whodini sound like Houdini. He made Run DMC sound like Run DMC. He made the Fat Boys sound like the Fat Boys, and made Curtis Blow sound like Curtis Blow.
Yeah.
So that's what you call a great producer, because if he had Houdini and you got Run DMC, it was two different styles.
Yeah.
So they were hardcore. So we were the one with the clean cut.
Y'all was smooth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But hard at the same time.
The beats was very hard.
The beats was hard because with Funky Beat, for example, right? And then when you look at some of the old footage back then, one of the most amazing things I would see Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff Love.
Cliff Love.
Yeah, he used to dance with us.
Cliff Love, man. Give that man a round of applause, man. Come on.
It was, the blessing was, too, we didn't record here in the States.
Y'all went overseas.
We recorded in London. We would stay 3 months out the year and live in London. And, you know, at that time, the first album and the Escape album, they went over before I did because that's when I had just got married at that time. So I didn't go then, but that's when Larry joined on board. But being over there when I did go, and we created the Funky Beat and the One Love.
One Love.
Funky Beat, my ex-brother-in-law was like, yo, Drew, y'all need to come back funky, because I heard Run DMC was coming with King of Rock. So I said, Larry, you know what, you made Grandmaster J a track, and I need a DJ track, but I want to rap, because I used to be a rapper before I was a DJ.
I didn't know that, but I used to like when you jumped on the track, though. Yeah.
He got a lot of love, and the women was going crazy. That was a blessing. But I got kind of homesick, and I said, my brother-in-law said, yo, we got to make something funky. So I said, all right, I went to the store in the corner and got me a 6-pack of Heineken. And then Jalil, Larry said, you know how they be. Just do it before they get in here.
Okay.
So I had to use the 909. So when I dropped that, I went in there and said, funky beat, funky beat. And I know all DJs back then, like AJ Scratch, you know, when you hear these records, there's so many scratches on different tracks, you can't do it live.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to make it simple, but when I get on stage, I can jazz it up. So I said, and then from there on stage, I go, So I made it plain and simple. Now, once I left back to the States, Larry Smith called me and said, Drew, whatever song come before this or after this, it's going to be real hard and strong. He said, listen, I heard, da, 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 da. I said, yo, where'd you get that? He said, we ready. He ready, and that's when I came and created. Remember what I was doing last year? I said last Fest, I was rocking Good Time. And I was cutting it up on the turn. Now this Fest, I'm busting out rhymes. And when I'm on the set, take total control, rock your mind, your feet, your body, your soul. And it went from there. And then Jalil added their verses, and it just took
That's
off.
how Funky Beat, man. Damn
Wow.
shit. And then when you look at the video footage, I'm not sure if that's Funky Beat. There's a couple of songs. There's some old footage of y'all. And you also got UTFO, Kango Kid, and Doc Ice.
And let me tell you a story about that video.
Okay.
A lot of people don't
They were
know
your
that.
dancers in the background.
Guess who produced that video?
Who?
Melvin Van Peebles.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
Who would nobody knew that? That's Mario's father. So
Yeah.
he did that video. We had
The king of black exploitation movie genre.
we had him here,
Cotton Come to Harlem, all that, right?
Yeah.
So we had
I did not know that.
That's crazy.
My God.
we had a star-studded video. I mean, the Beastie Boys, Grandmaster J, who else? Bernard Wright. It was so many. Cynthia Horner. It was so many people in there.
Wow, man.
Star-studded.
Okay, so this is Grandmaster Dee. Couple questions. Who coined you Grandmaster? How did you earn the name? Because you can't just be called Grandmaster. Come on, man.
Right, so you got to be knighted.
It's so funny, man. My freshman year of high school, right before I got into that school, I was going to school in Brooklyn. So I moved from Brooklyn to a place called Roosevelt Island. And we got there, I had to go to school called Julia Richmond. And when I first got in there as a freshman, that's when I first discovered hip-hop. And Master Don and WizKid became one of my teachers.
You got to tell people when you say their names, who is Master Don?
Master Don is from the group called Master Don, the Deaf Committee. They made the song. This is called the Funk Box. This is how it plays. It would make you dance no matter what the age. Now get up on the floor and boogie boogie to the beat. Now once you hear this funk box do, it'll make you move your feet, and then it'll make you go na 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 na. And that's where Master P got that from.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And then who's the whiz kid that you mentioned? Because a lot of people.
WizKid made play that beat. Why don't you play for me? Mr. DJ, play for the hip hop. Yeah, they both
Play for
passed
the
away, man. Take my hat off to them. May they rest in peace.
Wow.
And
I'm glad you bringing them up, because who else is going to talk about them?
Nobody else talks about it. And you know, another thing, a lot of people speak about the Bronx.
Yeah.
But when I was going to school, a lot of people from Harlem, our crash crew, Mike and Dave, was the biggest party givers in Harlem.
Okay.
And Spoonie G, Busy B. Starsky, all these guys was, to me, was icons at that time. And the Cold Crush Brothers. I used to open up for them. their manager, Flash manager, Ray Chandler wound up being my manager.
Grandmaster Flash.
When I first started, my name was Master Dee. So I started seeing Grandmaster Flash and Grand was a theater. I said, man, forget the Master Dee. I got to be a Grandmaster. So that's when I came up with the name Grandmaster Dee, and it stuck with me.
Nobody ever challenged you on that? No? Okay, Grandmaster Dee. I love it, man. Jalil, I had a beautiful opportunity to talk to him on the phone. Maybe maybe a year or so ago. Rich Nice had put us on the phone, and he was just telling me some amazing stories about y'all history and being on tour. And one of the first tour I ever bought a ticket to go see was the Fresh Fest, right?
Yes.
And in 1986, I want to say, or 87, somewhere y'all came to Oakland, California.
But Too Short opened up to us. Yeah.
Too Short opened up for you, and it was the biggest thing ever. Let me tell you something, because Short was our local hero.
Yeah.
But we had never seen him next to the giants of rap. The Run DMCs, the Eric B. and Rakim. This is when NWA was still coming up.
Yeah, that's
right. Because they were on
that's
it
right.
too, right? And Too Short opened up, and we could not believe it. And I saw y'all perform. And that's when I understood that there's levels to this, right? I never saw a real professional rap group perform, right? And it was very professional. The way the show was, Ecstasy's voice to me is in the top 10 voices of all time, right? And the way y'all looked and presented yourselves, that moment was a transformative moment for me, because after that, I was set on what I wanted to do. And who I wanted to be like. Y'all had a song called One Love. And that song was very important to me at the time because it was so positive, right? And it talked about love and loss and, and how you strive beyond it. How did that song, that seemed like that was a song y'all sat down and talked about?
That was Jalil and Larry Smith.
Okay.
But Jalil came up with the idea. And like I said, man, once his pen hit the paper, like Kane said, oh,
shit.
That's how gifted he was. Like the Freaks Come Out at Night, he seen the girl standing in front of the club with the fishneck stockings on her arm and spikes. And he said, Freaks Come Out at Night. and he wrote that and went from there. And Big Mouth, girls around his neighborhood was saying, when you gonna make a record about me? When you gonna make a record about me?
And that's how Big Mouth. They call you Mouth Almighty, tongue everlasting. You ain't satisfied unless something's happening.
Don't have to be there no more than a minute, but you always got to have your 2 cents in it.
Imagine asking for a song if that's what you get.
Man,
you got Big Mouth over there? You got it? You got to hear Big Mouth. 888-742-3345. Grandmaster Dee, Houdini is here.
Yeah.
1983.
Yes.
The album Whodini came out. 1984, the album Escape came out. Back to Black came out after that. 86. What was the first album to go platinum?
The first album to hit platinum was Escape to us, as far as we know. But now they saying, Back in Black went, but we were the first to sell 1 million albums, Whodini.
Okay. Oh. Wait, say that again.
Whodini was the first to sell 1 million albums.
In hip-hop?
Yes.
Whodini was the first to sell 1 million albums in hip-hop.
Yes.
You are looking at the first platinum group out of hip-hop right here, Grandmaster Dee and Whodini.
Oh,
Some would argue. Or
some would argue and said Run DMC.
Run DMC.
But I look at it, we both went platinum.
Okay.
And I take it like that,
Wow.
Because back then nobody was going platinum.
Yeah, and y'all both went platinum.
Yes.
Who went first? Who went platinum first?
Whodini.
Whodini went platinum first. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's
wow. And that confusion never bothered you, Dee, even back then?
No, you know what? I don't get into that. We both making money, and we on the road doing what we got to do. It doesn't matter long as we went platinum.
Okay.
So I look at it like that. I'll shake Ed, Run, and DMC hand. We did it. Because not only that, we built a tour. First rap tour to ever go out. And it was always battling every night, neck to neck. Everybody who got the loudest scream. We would go back in the dressing room. Yeah, we did it.
It was competitive like that.
Yes. And then watching LL come up later on down the line.
Yeah.
And he grew up as in the game under us, and LL wanted the headline. So it was a toss up every time. But the best thing about that was we all came from the same camp under Russell Simmons was our manager. So we all was together as one unit. We went on the road, Eric B. Rakim, all of us, we stuck together as a family. That's why I can't understand why some groups can't be in the same building at the same time. I don't get it.
You don't get that, right?
It's love. It's all about love and respect.
Y'all a little more mature than most groups who start off in the game at that time, though. So y'all, it was a little different. Like y'all wasn't just rapping for fun. No. You know, you was rapping for legacy. You know what I mean? When I hear Big Mouth, I think of You Talk Too Much. Yes. And I always was curious because, you know, we read all the credits. We were on every song of everybody's album. So when songs sounded alike, we wondered if people collaborated or.
I always said that. You know, it's like when we came with One Love and we felt then LL came with I Need Love.
I never even thought of that.
Watch out now.
And then you got Big Mouth, and then Run DMC had
You
Talk Too Much.
But,
you never shut up. I used to love that song. You talk too homeboy, you never shut up. Right?
Yeah, but you know, it was all good. Everybody came out with great songs that was on them tours. In the beginning stages of Rakim. And for him to come out.
What was that like? What was he like?
I'll tell you a story. I saw him the other day in Coney Island at the show. Never forget this, when we was on the airplane coming home. I think it was Oklahoma we were leaving from. We would go home to see our family like 3 days and then get back, meet the tour bus at the airport, next city we go to. Me and Rakim was sitting side by side, plane is packed. Plane dropped like 200 feet down. Dropped.
Whoa.
And we had drinks on a tray.
Yeah.
Flew up in the air, the stewardess fell. Rakim looked at me, I looked at him. I said, yo, he started praying. Next thing you know, when we landed, Rakim said, mark this, D, I'm never getting on another flight. And you know he ain't been on a flight since?
What?
He ain't been on a flight. He won't fly.
Wow.
Everywhere, if you got to go to California, he's driving.
No
way. He's not flying.
Oh, that's why maybe. Okay.
Start putting a couple things together.
That was it. That thing dropped, so I was nervous too. But the way it dropped like over 200, I mean, straight now, everything flying in the air and the stewardess fell. That was it.
What year was that?
That had to be about 84.
Shit, Rakim ain't been on a plane since then?
No,
what?
He ain't been. He won't get on.
That's traumatizing.
Ask him when you see him. He won't get on.
Wow.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. Grandmaster Dee is here.
This is live and direct.
Oh my God. Let's talk LL.
Yeah.
I always tell people LL was our first teen pop star, you know, to come out of hip hop, and he was, and I mean this in terms of impact and effect, and not in terms of talent or quality. He was Justin Bieber for us. You know what I mean? He was whatever teen idol you know of. That's who LL was, and he was ushering in this whole new energy, right?
Yes.
Did y'all recognize that? This storm is coming. The game is about to change. What was it like? What was
you
L
know
like?
What it was? Let me tell you something. LL at Russell's office. We used to be in 1133 Broadway, the small office first. Got a chance to meet him. I took him around. I used to ride him in my car all the time, take him to the parties or whatever. And then I took him in the Roxy's. One night, I think Chris Rock and the Free was all in there. LL just came out with I Need a Beat, and it was hot. You know, the Def Jam records was hot at the time. So he got on stage one of the nights, and he said, something happened with the crowd doing something. And he said, F Brooklyn.
Oh.
And I looked. I looked. I saw people coming. L was gone. I said, he ran out. I think he had to come out the back door. But when we met up later on, he called me, and my boy Greg was there. He called, and he said, yo, D, where y'all at? Where you at? I just wanted to know, why'd you say that? But he hung around us all the time. And then, but I can tell his energy was going to, he was going to be an incredible rapper. And then when he came, he kept coming. Then he added Bobcat and Cut Creator, and he got better each record. But I'm happy for him because he stayed in the game.
Yeah, look at him.
He never gave up.
Come on.
And look, he saw it. He
saw
what
it back then. He saw it. Did he express that?
What's the guy that used to work with him? He passed away. I forgot that guy. That guy showed L about how to go to be a movie star. He was talking to L back then. Nobody really knew what they was talking about. He let L know you gonna make it.
What did y'all think when you first saw L? Like, was it In the House or one of the series he's done?
No, when I got around him after a while, when I knew he was getting big, when he started getting on these shows, then when he hit the screen, I said he getting ready to blow. And once I seen him was in the house, and then after that he went to the what's this CS?
Yeah, the CSI joint.
And then he started hosting.
Yeah, Grammys, and
I said he's out of here.
Movies. We skipped about 20 movies.
Yeah,
that's
right.
What I mean? Like,
because once he hit Hollywood, he was in. He was in. And at that time, you got to look at Will Smith was being in there too at the time. So a lot of people was coming, but only a few can get in that door. But he had that drive that I'm gonna make it and ain't nobody gonna stop me. He thought that's that way when he get on stage, the same way.
Them early days of Def Jam. Salute to LL and Rock the Bells. You know we gotta.
Yeah, good looking out, LL, for throwing me on that Rock the Bells tour.
Yeah,
the boat ride. Matter of fact.
Yeah, man. LL's a very solid individual.
Yes.
Let's come back to Whodini. What can you share about Ecstasy? Now that he's no longer with us, what kind of man was he? His daughter worked over at Viacom at MTV. You recall this? And I remember Ecstasy called me and said my daughter's looking for work, and he said, "Sway, hook her up." He didn't even ask me.
Figure it out, bro.
He said, "Hey, Sway, Ecstasy ain't never called." I was like, he said, "Sway, hook her up." Yes, sir. And we got his daughter up in there, MTV, boy.
You know. When I speak about X, it just gives me chills, and sometimes it just make me want to tear up.
Yeah.
But his deliverance, his personality, he treated everybody well. He was like me. We were Geminis, and thing about him, he loved people. He loved his family, and the thing about that, well, I take my hat off to Jalil. Jalil was the writer. But he let X lead. He most time writer, if he write, he's going to lead. But he gave X all the lead parts, and he did the back.
I did not know this.
Jalil wrote everything.
He wrote everything?
Yes.
Both love and life, both half full letters, but they're two different things all together.
Yes.
See, I like Winnie Women in my day, but just
like the wind.
They all blown away. Jalil wrote that?
If the way X flowed on that record, you would have think he wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalil wrote it.
So Friends, everything?
Yes.
Everything.
Jalil wrote that?
Yeah.
They don't talk about him enough.
No, that's why I say I take my hat off to him. A lot of people, they would have thought, like, when we first came out, everybody thought X was Houdini, but the group was Houdini.
Yeah.
So, because X always had the lead part, so they think.
And he had that hat.
Yeah. That was another funny story about that too, with the hat. When I first saw him, us being from Brooklyn, we wearing Bally's or British Walkers and, coming out fly. And that first time we did Nassau Coliseum, and I looked at him, I said, yo, he had them leather shorts on. And I looked at them white boots. I said, X, you going on stage like that? I said, yo, we from Brooklyn. Man, X said, yo, watch. And next thing you know, it took off. They wanted to see him come on stage with them shorts and the hat. Then everybody in the audience had the hat on.
They had the hat on. Trendsetters.
Yeah. Yes.
Trendsetters.
Yes. And back then, feeling so great about it because we were the type of group, wasn't just talking about ourselves. Jalil wrote stories.
He wrote.
So then you had to look at, we were the type of group, your mother and father said, I don't really like too much rap because they talking about their stuff. But I like Houdini because they're talking about something.
Yeah.
And, that's what felt good about, man. That's a blessing.
It's a blessing, man. Grandmaster Dee is here. With the 50 years of hip-hop banner that's been waved for the past couple of years, and I don't even know if hip-hop owns it. That's a whole other story.
Wow. I feel you, though.
Sway getting it going now.
With that being said, you're starting to see a lot of resurgence You're seeing groups that we're talking about from the 80s now, in the 90s, that are on tour and they're selling out venues. What are your thoughts on that?
My thought is it was great music.
Yeah.
It was great music back then, and you can identify the beginning stages of hip-hop. But those real heads know that old school hip-hop. And seeing that you mentioned that 50 years of hip-hop, how could you not include Whodini?
Yeah.
How come Whodini is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
That part.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get 25 years, I heard you're supposed to enter it. But the groups that they're putting in now came after us.
Yeah.
So that's what I look at. You know, my mom gets upset about that. You know, they did the Grammys and the big 50th anniversary. They didn't even mention us.
Yeah.
And that's not right. You know, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But as long as I live, we should not have a set time on when you should start rapping. You don't say that about rock and roll groups. You got to look at Mick Jagger's still out there. Rod Stewart's still out there. The Who is still out there. So, you know, they got like an age limit on rap. But look, Gil Scott-Heron was rapping.
Yes, he was.
Bill Withers. So you think about it, what I'm doing now to keep our name alive, I'm going every which way where God's leading me. Wherever God takes me, I'm going. So I'm trying to keep the name alive until, you know, Jalil ready to come out. We can do this.
Is that a possibility that Jalil come out?
Yes, it might be a little while, you know.
Okay.
And when he's ready, you know, he took that hard about X. And so I'm just waiting on him, but I'm just running around and doing whatever I can do it. Sometimes I even get on the mic and do a little freestyle.
Well, I heard you I heard you Brooklyn Bowl last week, man.
Yeah.
I was at Brooklyn Bowl when you came out and grabbed the mic from Juvenile and started spitting.
I said, yo, if you got the spotlight, you got to do it.
Yeah.
You freestyling today?
Why you look at me, D?
I don't know.
You know
give me that beat you got there.
You got a beat?
Hey.
Whoa. Now, show it, prove my style, me, wow. As I stand on the top of the pop, I said, some of them dancing, some of them shaking, giving them what they got. But some of them move, but some of them groove, but this is kinda hot. Grandmaster Dee in the place to be. And if it's alright with you, it's alright with me. I said, I'm stepping in the party, I'm with my crew. I'm Master Dee, around the way they said Drew. I never hesitate to do what I do. I flip the crossfade, the 1 to the 2. I be the magic man with magic hands. I'm the greatest, so my man says grand. Spinning turntables, never fable. Since young, catching hunts with the hazels. Brothers got beef, brothers got grief. It's no relief, I pull them just like teeth. Press rewind, better mind what I said. It's nothing new, Grandmaster do this on her. She ain't already, no, she not steady. She ain't already, no, she not steady. She not ready, she not ready, yeah. She not ready, she not ready, yeah.
That was too great.
I was not ready.
Yo, hip hop is ageless, bruh. No ceilings.
That was it.
Yeah.
I told you I was a rapper
so
before I was a DJ.
Yo.
I'm listening to what he say, what she play.
Oh.
Get on the turntables. I'm from around the way.
Oh.
So throw your hands up. So put your hands up. So put your hands up. So put your hands up. I said it's time to roll. It's time to take control. I take the beat and I rock it with soul. It's that time to rock and groove. And when I get up on the mic, I sound real smooth.
Grandmaster Dee!
God, you so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
When he did that, I should say, ease up, select the same style. See? Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Oh man, D, this is amazing, man. This is amazing.
Yes.
Given we learned a lot today, we got more to do. You got to come back up.
Please.
All right. Can you do a set for us one day?
Yeah.
You do a 30-minute set for us?
Yeah. I would love to.
Brother, let me say this to you. There was a time where my cousin Chuck, my brother Terry Calloway, we were Houdini.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
One of us was Ecstasy, one of us was Jalil, and one of us was you. And we switched up. And when the L, we used to do the One Love dance.
Yeah.
Right?
The O.
The O. And the V. And the V. And the E. The E. What does that spell?
Love.
But I want to personally thank you for the inspiration and for me, I want to look you in your eye for letting me know, giving me the audacity to let me know that I can achieve my dream too, right? Because man, your dream helped shape and mold my dream. And I would not be here had I not saw y'all in concert and walked away with that. I would have went a totally different direction. I was leaning towards law. I was going to be
law.
I wanted to go to Hastings and study law. But I want to thank you, and the fact that you're my friend and I could call you late at night and we could interact and do all of these different things. It's very surreal. You are special. Jalil, Ecstasy, rest in power, are special. Larry Smith, all the people that helped form Houdini are special and should be acknowledged as such. You don't need nobody else's validation, although it would be great if the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame would acknowledge y'all, Grammys and all these other establishments could acknowledge you. But know that the impact that you made is beyond that acknowledgement. We are here. If I wasn't here, she wouldn't be here.
That's a fact.
He wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be here. None of us would be here and doing what it is we're doing. And that's because of people like you, specifically this group Whodini, who is one of the greatest hip-hop groups of all time. We even discussed that when we used to do our list, and I'll make sure if you don't, the reason why people don't mention it because they don't know. And you got to check your ignorance at the door and do the knowledge. If you're going to become a voice or some type of authority in this, do the knowledge, do your research, right? Don't stop it. You do it with every other genre. Do it with hip-hop and recognize these people who are part of the building blocks that allow us to be here today, to do our podcast, right, to have our platforms, to do all this stuff. And so if that tour wasn't successful, you wouldn't have been able to get insurance for other tours. You wouldn't have been able to get in other venues for other rap tours. And so I want to say thank you. Thank you. Grandmaster Dee. I appreciate you.
Thank you for the love, man.
Come on, man. Love you, man. Come on, man. I love you, brother. Come on. It was too much fun, man. Come on, man. Anything you want to say in closing, man? You want to say anything, folks? So we're going to end with one love. So.
All right. I want to shout Jalil out, and Ecstasy, rest in peace. And I think the best is yet to come. Like I said, I'm following God's way. Wherever he takes me, I'm going. I want to shout out to Respect the DJs and Just Mix and all the other DJs in the world, like opened the doors for me, like Flash and Grand was at Theodore. And the way you stay successful is being humble and being real. And when you respect the game respects you, like each one teach one. But I want to send this message out to the community that the adults need to get back in the community and help raise these kids like we did back when we was coming up.
Word.
Because so many young brothers and sisters are losing their life over nonsense. So get back in that community. I thank God for the Boys Club and PAO when I was growing up and these summer tournaments that we played in. My dream was to be an NBA player, but the rap game came. And so, when God steers you somewhere, you go.
Yeah.
So my thing is, my hat off to everybody who's doing positive things like y'all here. Don't stop. Keep going because we need y'all for that platform to keep this thing alive. And Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, look up for Grandmaster Dee and Jalil and Ecstasy, and bless each and everybody that's out there in the world.
Amen. Grandmaster Dee, if you please.
Hey, can I show y'all some of the stuff you wanted me to bring?
Yeah. What would you bring? Oh, man.
Ooh,
he brought some memorabilia. Hey,
huge manila
get
folder.
Some close-ups on that too, Drew, and get some separate B-roll on that too. You use that here, man. It's just directing right here. Okay. Oh, what is this? This is a proclamation.
Whoa!
And this is the Office of the President, Borough of Brooklyn, City of New York. William Drew Carter, a.k.a. Grandmaster Dee. Celebration Day in Brooklyn, USA.
Oh, you got your own day?
Yes.
Let's
We
get
got
it.
the Grandmaster Dee. It's October. Grandmaster Dee Celebration Day in Brooklyn is October 17th. Wow! Congratulations.
Wow.
All right. And then what you got right here?
It's this in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I DJ.
You DJ the Rock and Roll Hall of
The Migos DJ was there too. And y'all know who that guy is right there, right? Married with Children.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
a
David
DJ.
Foster.
He's a DJ.
DJ now?
What?
Yeah.
David Faustino?
Good for. Is he nice? Is he good?
Yeah. He got on for a second.
Okay. And then what year was this?
This was a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Fire.
That's nice, man.
That's beautiful.
You got any of the wardrobe from back in the day too?
No.
So
I had the Dapper Dan.
You got
oh
the
my
Dapper.
God! I had all the Dapper Dan stuff.
What you
and
do
gave
with it?
Away.
You gave it away?
Yes.
To family?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
Damn,
man, I had all the. When I wore that Louis Vuitton on Arsenio Hall,
Yeah.
Dap said, "Yo, D, my phone is ringing off the hook." He said they going crazy for that suit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, hey, man, we got more to talk about. Grandmaster Dee, man, the legacy will always stay alive here. Sway in the Morning, have the beat, Tracy G. Shout out to Jalil. We love you, brother. Peace to Ecstasy. Shout out to Larry Smith. Grandmaster Dee.